Hi, I'm Tracy Falbe, real estate agent with Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, Michigan Real Estate, and I'm based in Battle Creek. Happy New Year! And the first video of 2026 will be looking at the housing statistics in 2025 for Calhoun County residential sales. That'll include Battle Creek and Marshall and all the rural areas throughout the county. So let's take a look at the numbers. So, active listings in the county, we had 76 new listings come on in December. And compared to last January, a year ago, there were 134 new listings. So you can kind of expect the listings to start going up again now that it's January. Our active listings total as of the end of December in the county were 306 active listings for residential. So that'd be houses and condos. Now let's talk about the prices. What was the real estate selling for? And we're going to look at median numbers. And the median represents the middle number. Half the stuff was less than it, half the stuff was more than it. All right, our median listing sold price peaked in July of 2025 at $239,000. Just at the end of December, our sold median sale price was $186,500. Active median list price right now is $219,900. Compare that to last January, it was $185,000. And what do we have? Any new listings right now that came on at the end of the year? Their median list price is $189,900, and that is a little higher than the median list price a year ago in January at $175,000. Now let's take a look at absorption rate in months for the year 2025 in Calhoun County. The absorption rate is a figure that you think about, like if no new listings came on the market, what the existing inventory would take to sell. So that goes up and down, as you can see, throughout the year as buyer demand kind of peaks in the summer and fall, and listing activity increases throughout the year. So let's take a quick look at our absorption rate. Right now, it has been getting higher throughout the last half of 2025. So we closed out the year with a countywide absorption rate of 2.4 months. So the inventory at that moment should be able to supply the market for a little over 2 months. You can look at this chart and see in the middle of the year in June, the absorption rate was below 2 months at 1.85 months because it's a more active time of year. There are more buyers active when it's nice weather out. Absorption rate was very low the previous year in March at 1.74 months. So those early spring sales do get going. The people who are ready to buy, say at the start of the year, they're getting their financial ducks in a row, and they're really going to start looking at inventory and be ready to buy something in March. So if you're thinking about selling your home, it's okay to get ready in winter and late winter and have that early spring listing, because there will be people ready to shop. Those people who know they want to look for a house this year in 2026, they are going to start looking February and March. So you don't have to wait till June. It's okay to wait till June, but you don't have to if you're ready to roll. All right, the next statistic that we're looking at for 2025 is days on market. And this is a figure that's important to sellers and buyers. Sellers, typically, they are ready to get it sold. So they want low days on market. They want to get an offer accepted within a couple weeks and get that house sold. And also, it's something buyers pay attention to, because if something's been on the market for a month or two, it's maybe you can make a lower offer. Maybe the seller is more motivated because they tried a certain price and nobody bit the hook. So it's an important statistic to keep an eye on. Lower days on market means typically that sellers are doing well because things are selling quickly. When there's longer days on market, it can mean either there are no buyers or that inventory is high and there's just a lot of properties out there that aren't selling. It can also mean both. So let's dig into the numbers a little more precisely. Our days on market ended the year at about 41.5 days on market. It was a little lower at 35.5 in November. October, it was 41.4. And then once we get into the summer months, days on market will be lower. September, it was 24.2. The quickest, August, had the lowest days on market at 20.1. And it was 25.4 in July, 29.8 in June. And then it goes back higher towards early spring and winter, back up in the 35 to 45 day range. The highest, it was 48.2 in April. So that was just kind of probably clearing out whatever had been on the market through the winter. And so sales are always slower in the winter. It's just a seasonal issue that it's darker, it's colder, not as much inventories on the market, not as much buying activity. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your house or you can't sell at that time of year. It's just probably going to have longer days on market because it's just less action going on. But overall, you can see days on market was low in the summer, so that's good and typical, and then crept back up as we went into winter at the end of the year. All right, now we're looking at the summary statistics for the year 2025. Our change overall year to date. Let's look at our average sold price, an increase of 4.48%. So buyers don't like prices to go up, but that's not a crazy number either. They typically expect real estate prices to appreciate and creep up every year, and they did in a normal fashion. Median compared to average, median increased 5.68% year to year. So there have been some price increases throughout the county when you look at the data as a whole, but nothing crazy. The market's not going crazy. It's not crashing. It's just kind of stable and where it should be, basically. And I know buyers want prices to go down, so we're looking at the statistics as a whole. It does not mean there aren't deals out there for you to partake of, because individual houses are not data as a whole. They're not the entire statistics. So some will be expensive, there could be some deals. Same for sellers. Your home might be able to outperform just because maybe it's in good condition or it has features that people really like, or location. And also, your home, might not increase in value as much as you expect due to those same characteristics: condition, features, location. And so it's always important when you're trying to buy or sell to really understand where the market's at. And when you are looking at a specific property, really think about how it's comparing to similar properties in the area. And as a buyer, you'd want to make a offer in line with what those comparable sales indicate. And as a seller, you'd want a list price somewhere in line with what the comparable sales indicate. Now, besides comparable sales pricing, you do have to think about competition. Maybe you can price to sell your house a little higher because there's not much like it available. If the inventory for homes with your features and location are not present, well, you can price a little higher. And same with a buyer. If you really want it, if it's what you've been looking for, you might have to offer a little more to make sure you get it. So that's where real estate agents can advise you when you're buying or selling, and I'm happy to help people do that in the Battle Creek and Marshall area and the surrounding rural areas and other towns nearby. My name is Tracy Falbe. I'm with Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices Michigan Real Estate. Call or text me 269-967-6589. Thank you for watching, and please leave a comment with your opinions about real estate in Calhoun County.